Islamic architecture is one of the world's most celebrated and distinctive artistic traditions, spanning 1,400 years and 3 continents, from Spain to Southeast Asia. Its uniqueness doesn't come from a single feature, but from a cohesive set of design principles and aesthetic values that respond to the spiritual, social, and climatic needs of the Muslim world. Here are the most special and unique characteristics of Islamic architecture. 1. An emphasis on interior space and inward focus. Unlike the facades of many Western cathedrals, Islamic architecture often presents a relatively plain exterior, focusing its grandeur on the inside. This reflects the Islamic concept of privacy and the inner spiritual journey. The most magnificent artistry is reserved for the space where the community gathers for prayer and reflection. 2. The mastery of abstract decoration, aniconism. Because of the strong prohibition against idolatry and the depiction of God, and often, by extension, human and animal figures in religious contexts, Islamic art developed an incredibly rich language of non-representational, geometric, and floral decoration. Geometric patterns, these are perhaps the most famous feature. Based on repeating circles and squares, they create complex, interlacing stars and polygons. These patterns symbolize the infinite nature of God, as they can be extended infinitely in all directions. Arabesque, Islami, flowing, intricate patterns of stylized vines, leaves, and flowers. They represent the infinite and unending rhythm of nature, and by extension, the divine creation. Calligraphy, the most revered art form. The words of the Quran are considered the direct word of God, so displaying them on walls, domes, and mihrabs, prayer niches, is both a decoration and an act of devotion. It is the geometry of the human hand. 3. Architectural elements for climate and function. Several iconic features are both beautiful and highly functional. The minaret, a tall tower from which the call to prayer, adhan, is issued. It acts as a visual beacon, marking the presence of a mosque in the cityscape. The dome, Kaaba, often placed over the main prayer hall, it symbolizes the vault of heaven. Its shape also helps to amplify the voice of the imam and facilitates air circulation. The Iwan, a large, vaulted hall walled on 3 sides and open on one. It serves as a monumental entrance or a shaded gathering space, famously used in mosques and madrasas, schools. The mihrab, a niche in the wall of a mosque that indicates the Qibla, the direction of Mecca. It is the most ornately decorated part of the mosque. The San, courtyard, a central courtyard found in most mosques, providing an open, airy space for overflow prayer and social gathering. 4. The magical use of light and water. Light and water are used symbolically and practically to create a serene, spiritual atmosphere. Light is seen as a metaphor for divine enlightenment. It is often filtered through mashrabiyah, lattice screens, or stained glass windows, creating patterns of light and shadow that change throughout the day, making the space feel alive and dynamic. Water, used for ritual ablution, washing before prayer, water is also a central feature in courtyards in the form of fountains or reflecting pools. It provides a cooling effect, a soothing sound, and symbolizes purity and life in a desert culture. 5. Architectural innovation. The pointed arch and makanas. Islamic architects were brilliant engineers and innovators. The pointed arch, while often associated with Gothic cathedrals, the pointed arch was actually developed and perfected in Islamic architecture, example, the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem, before being adopted by Europeans. It is structurally stronger and more elegant than the Roman rounded arch. Makanas, stalactite vaulting, This is one of the most unique and breathtaking inventions. It is a three-dimensional, honeycomb-like structure that decorates the undersides of domes, arches, and niches. Mechanos creates a spectacular, shimmering effect, making a heavy, structural element appear to dissolve into a cascade of light and shadow. It represents the complexity of divine creation. In summary, what makes it special? Islamic architecture is unique because it successfully synthesizes spirituality and art. It turns theological principles, and iconism, the primacy of the Quran, into a breathtaking visual language. Form and function: its most beautiful elements, arches, domes, courtyards, serve clear environmental and social purposes. Diversity and unity: while styles vary dramatically from Morocco to Indonesia, incorporating local materials and traditions, the core principles of geometric decoration, focus on interior space, and use of key elements like the dome and minaret create a cohesive and instantly recognizable identity across the globe. From the sublime geometry of the Alhambra to the majestic dome of the Taj Mahal, Islamic architecture creates spaces that are not just buildings, but profound spiritual and sensory experiences.